Sometimes in game dev, you just need a quick and easy way to make things move. In MapleStory worlds, one of the easiest ways I've found to do that is by using Tweens. If you check the docs, you'll find a bunch of tween functions, but the two I've found the most useful are playTween and makeTween. The big difference between the two is that playTween fires immediately, while makeTween gives you full control and lets you decide exactly when it fires. Tweens support a number of different options, including its start delay, how many times it loops, and its specific ease type. You can even set a function that fires when the tween completes. If you want it to loop forever, make sure you set that loop count to -1. Setting them up is super simple. First, you'll need a callback function. This is what gets called every frame as the tween progresses. Make sure it contains a parameter, which is the value that's actually going to change over time. This callback function is where you're going to plug in whatever property you're trying to animate. For now, I'm just going to print it as an example. If you're using playTween, you can just call it directly. But if you're using the makeTween function, you're going to want to store it as a variable. We're going to use tween logic to make the tween itself. Then set our starting value, our ending value, and the duration of the tween. There are a number of different ease types that are available, each that behave differently. You can either look in the docs or search online to see how each behaves. But you can select your preference by calling ease type, period, and then whichever one you want to set. For now, I'm just going to go with linear. After this, you're going to pass in your callback function, and then you're pretty much ready to go. Once this is done, we can set up our different options. The ones I tend to use most often will be auto destroy, my loop count, and a delay if it's needed. A quick note is that if you set your loop count to -1, it's going to loop forever. You can also set how you want it to loop every time. For example, you can set it to ping pong rather than play from the beginning. If you want it to fire a function when the tween completes, you'll need to create a second callback function. I'm going to call mine onEnd, and here is where you can plug in whatever logic you want. Then make sure you set that in your options as well by calling setOnEndCallback and passing in that function. After all that is said and done, you can just call the play function to get things moving. If you have a tween that's animating, you also have a number of functions that can control its behavior, including pausing, stopping, and resuming. Just make sure that if you have a tween that is playing, you call destroy when you're done with it. That way you don't have a bunch of random tweens running in the background. If you're interested in learning more about making games on the MapleStory platform, follow along for more. And if you want to see a practical example, consider checking out my game, Maple Survivor. I'll link it in the description. Until next time, my friends, this has been another
MapleStory promo quick tip.